Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Forest Hard mode. Last episode, I had not been able to find, or thought I had not been able to find anyway, the entrance to the, what's that, the Hanging Cave system that I had been wandering around in and came out of in the middle of the night and couldn't find my way back. I went to that cannibal camp and found an entrance to the cave that was right by it, and I thought, well, this can't possibly be it. That's another entrance that I found elsewhere. No, that was the right entrance, but you know what? I'm not going back to it right now. What I'm going to do instead is dive back into the lawyer's cave, which is the one where I got knocked out last time. So this may end badly, but I'm ready for a rematch. Those jerks who knocked me out will rue the day, and they will rue it hard. Maybe. Or in all probability, not, but, you know, I'm rooting for me. Positivity. We're going to give that a go. So, I remember having fought one of those Virginias, or Legsies, or Den Mothers, or people, I think they're called Virginias in the bestiary, but different people have different names for them. Let's get a little more light on this situation. Much better. I know I had fought one of those and finally managed to kill her last time around, but I wonder if she will have respawned down here by now. Or if they even have set spawn points, or if it's a bit random. Full on booze. Does that mean I can craft good stuff with booze? I can't craft Molotovs or bombs. I could craft. Ooh, actually, what I need to do is take that away. No, not the bow. Come on. Another bundle of arrows, and let's go ahead and make those fire arrows. Beautiful. And then I'll grab that booze that I just. Beautiful. Okay. Kept hitting the wrong button, trying to light my torch arrow. All right, so. Well, the wall has respawned. I don't know what that means for enemies. Now, if I remember correctly, we went down there and it was a bit of a dead end. Had a few minor goodies, but nothing to write home about, really. So, we're going to just ignore that. Go back up here, which is where I found the beefy lady with all the legs in the world. And she hurt me. She hurt me so badly. I don't hear anything. I don't see anything, though that doesn't mean a ton since, you know, I can't see very far. Alright, so into the water we go. It's a bit further up than I thought. That's weird. So the water level here is much higher than the water level down there, which means there has to be some differential pressure acting on the water down there for it not to even out, right? I mean, not that I remember my physics classes perfectly, but I mean, for the water levels to be so different from the entrance and exit to that tunnel, something's got to be going on there, right? Ah! Don't mind me. No, just do your cannibal thing over there. And don't mind me. No, you're minding me! That's what I told you not to do! Okay, so it looked like two gray cannibals who were fairly tough, and I'm not doing this quite right. There's one of them. There's another with an arrow sticking out of his leg. I don't know if it's in his knee, or what effect it might or might not have on his adventuring status. And if you're sick and tired of that meme, I apologize. Ah! Is he hitting his buddy? It looks like he's hitting his buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and take my, ah! Well, I hear him, but it's dark, and actually, I can dive, get my light to kick on, surface, use my light. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Or fighting with very temporary illumination. I don't hear him anymore. Did he fall into the water? Let's assume he didn't, so I'm not surprised when he runs at me suddenly. Okay, right turns, left turns. Let's stick with right turns for a minute. It doesn't matter which, but I need some consistency or I'm just going to wander in these tunnels forever. So all right turns for a minute. Since that path branched. And while I've been in these cave systems before, I'm not exactly expert in all their twists and turnings, obviously. Okay, that leads up. I think that's where I got my butt kicked last time. That seems pretty familiar. So let's see how this goes. Ah! Okay, we're gonna need a fire. Gonna need a fire because I'm taking cold damage. Basic fire, yep. It can be basic. Not everything has to be sophisticated. I'll sit here and warm up for a second. I should probably... Actually, I have a raw, fresh rabbit. I did a little bit of nighttime hunting off screen. So I should be pretty good on my resources for a moment. Hopefully that raw fresh rabbit, well, cooked fresh rabbit in a second, will heal me a bit too. If not, I may go ahead and take some meds. I really don't want to operate at even low-ish health down here. Actually, I think I have a lizard. I do have a lizard skin. Let's wear that. We're going to need all the help we can get. Alright. Fed, and it did heal me, not quite to full, but pretty close. I don't think it's worth it to take meds here unless I just find a plethora of them. Maybe this isn't where I got my butt kicked last time. Here's another cliff with a rope on it. I know it was up one of these that... Oh, that guy has a watch. Ah! No! No, that's... That was incredibly lucky. The physics glitched out. I hit E trying to grab a watch. Like the dog with two bones, I suppose. I hit E thinking I would grab the watch. Instead what happened was my character let go of the rope. And I fell. And it probably should have killed me, or at least hurt me pretty badly. Except the physics glitched out for a second. And so I took no damage. That was incredibly lucky. And if you're going to be dumb, then it's always nice to be lucky, I suppose. That helped enormously. And yet another of these. Okay. Maybe this is a different path. Maybe there's just two separate paths that each have a bunch of these rope cliffs. But one of these resulted in a butt kicking for me, so... Or a place that looked very much like this, so... I should probably go cami. Here, water. Ooh, well, this is new. Looks like they were cooking down here. For those flares, I'm already full on flares. We might as well save in case I get murdered again. Well, I guess I've never been murdered. In case I get knocked out and dragged away and I decide that I don't want to let that stand. What's down here? It looks like a lot of nothing. Oh, well, here's something. Air canister? Air canister. But I'm still pretty good on air, so I'm not really worried about that. Okay. Light my arrow again. Ah! Well, if I'm hearing bats, that probably means I'm near the surface. Probably. Well, I'm into a place where I can get to the surface easily. It should mean that there's a place where bats can easily get to the surface, which could be through a tiny crack in the walls or ceiling that I could never use. But nope, it does mean I'm near the surface. Okay, cool, cool. This comes out... Do I recognize this spot? Okay, that's north. That's the northern cliffs that form the northern border of this peninsula. It's bounded on the other three sides by ocean. And I don't really remember this exact spot. It looks like I'm overlooking a little bay area that I'm kind of familiar with from my other game. Okay, I know. Ooh, and there's a cannibal camp over there. I've got a pretty good idea of where I am. Okay. Good-ish. So, let's just dive back into it. Because there's still more mysteries to explore in this cave, and a bunch of cannibals that I have to get some vengeance on. I started this playthrough trying to roleplay good guy Greg crashes in the forest kind of thing, but I'm starting to feel a little bitter towards these bandits. They keep beating me out. My pride, such that it is, feeling a little bruised at this point. Down the rope we go. Also, aside from the kind of ridiculous amount of upper body strength Eric must have, his hands must be made of granite or something. That's a bare hand where he's sliding down the rope, and I would think that would be some pretty significant rope burn, but I don't know. But, wow! I hear things below me. Let's climb to the top and actually scope this out a little bit before we just slide blindly down into whatever it is they've got waiting for me down there. Let's throw a flare because my torch is never going to go that far. Okay, you know what? Y'all can eat a molly. I think that will do me some good, though certainly not you. I didn't take care of all of them, but it should wound a big chunk of them for sure. Alright, that should weaken them enough so that I can just do regular combat at this point, hopefully. So let's slide down here and let battle be joined. Look. I said that. Okay. I'm not sure I really want to let that stand, to be perfectly honest with you. Even if they drag me, they may just kill me. No, they dragged me away. Let's just go ahead and load our game, because I don't want to have to go all the way back over there and explore all of that again, and I keep hitting the wrong button. If I could not hit the wrong button, that'd be groovy. Back, okay. Exit to main menu. If I could learn how to navigate menus, that'd be super. Okay, so single player, continue, hard mode, there we go. Day 9. 9 days that Timmy's been in cannibal care. I don't know what that looks like, but I can't imagine that it's good. At a bare minimum, I think he's going to need some pretty significant therapy at this point. Poor kid. Poor kid. All the more reason to keep diving into these caves really hard until we find him and we save him. So now I know what's up that way. I didn't really find any goodies up there, so no reason not to continue my cave exploration, and no reason not to light a little torch into action. Okay. But yeah, I started out thinking, yeah, I'm going to play as a good guy, a sympathetic, a nice guy who just happens to be stranded out here, and he really has a lot of trouble with all the inevitable Horrific. No, I did not mean to drink that. Oh well, it didn't dehydrate me that much. Yeah, if you drink booze, it dehydrates you a bit. There's really no reason to do it. We're just gonna throw a blind. We'll see how that goes for me. Not well. I probably shouldn't have done that blind. So let's do it again, blind. It worked so well the first time, I thought it needed a second go. I didn't claim to be smart. Let's throw a flare down there. Stop throwing perfectly good resources down there with no expectation of return on investment. I can't really see my bow. I think I missed him with that poison arrow. Wow! That poison arrow just straight up killed that guy. Okay. Poison arrows are a lot more powerful than I thought. Or he already took fire damage. Maybe he was just sitting on a sliver of health. Either way, though, I'm impressed by that. Let's get down there before my flare dies. It may already be too late. Nope. And try another poison arrow on his buddy if he comes calling. Are you coming calling, buddy? Ah! Ah! Okay, let's just deal with these mutant babies. Ah, light, I need you. Okay, okay. I kind of see him up there, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of shoot him. No. Okay, that was totally blind and pretty stupid. So let's act like I've got some sense. Get some light. Oh, because he was asleep, and any hit on an enemy is an automatic kill when they're asleep. Yeah, automatic kill when they're asleep. That's why the poison arrow knocked him down in one, not because the poison arrow is ridiculously powerful. Good to know. And I even got my wasted arrow back. It wasn't wasted, it was part of a learning experience. Well, that went way smoother than last time around. Glad I loaded. Because you've already seen what it's like to be knocked out by the cannibals and dragged off to their lair by now. And there's only so many times I really want to go through that. Aside from the practicality of running all the way back to the cave I was in the middle of exploring, it's also kind of embarrassing. I mean, I'm so pathetic that the cannibals won't even eat me. They just take pity on me. I'm like, yeah, man, you might want to work on being less bad at this. And in exchange for their pity, I keep lighting them on fire. Because the cannibals may very well be the heroes of this narrative, and I'm the villain. I'm starting to buy that a lot more and more as this goes on. You know, you were lit on fire and you're a scrawny cannibal. Okay, there you go. He finally went down. One of these guys should have an arrow in him, right? I thought. Oh, he does. There's my arrow back. Why, thank you. But yeah, so the cannibals keep knocking me out and keep dragging me back to their lair. And in exchange, I keep murdering them, and not like quick and clean, you know, not an instantaneous death with honor and nobility. I keep lighting them on fire and waiting for them to die horrifically. And so yeah, at what point do I think, well, yeah, they kidnapped my kid, that might go some distance to justify my behavior here, but still, I don't know why they kidnapped my kid. Maybe they kidnapped my kid because they thought Eric is a terrible father. Maybe they thought that with good cause. I don't know. I don't know anything about Eric's background. I should probably think these thoughts. That wasn't lit when I threw it, was it? Crap. Okay, let's try that again. I really don't want to waste a Molotov on one scrawny cannibal. I'd rather waste a... You know what? Go then. Wow, did he run right through that fire and... Okay. I think he ran right through that fire and took no damage from it, so... Good on you, I guess. Light. Come on, come on. Huh. That's... Yeah, I'm really outnumbered here. Oh, and I'm really hurt! Flare. Quickly. Quickly, flare. I really wish this game had hotkeys. I mean, it doesn't pause when you're in the menu, and I realize that's to keep tension high and everything, but the fact that you can't swap to at least your main weapon that you keep on some kind of a holster, I don't know if that's intentional just to make the game feel fiddly. Alright. I think I may call this episode there, actually. Yeah, this has been more than a little difficult for me, so I think I'm just going to call that one there, and I will see you next time after I've beaten that room full of things, and we'll continue with our cave exploration from there. See you next time.